So what I do is that I send somebody or I go myself to see who another street vendors or another store. And I figure out that Casideas have it. There's this guy here selling umbrellas about a block away from me, and there's a department store. So the next step is I need to understand the differences between my product and the NBA's. So what I do is that, and let me give you this example. This is in Spanish. Okay, let's say that this is an actual picture of the guy selling the umbrellas, right? It only has black. I have color. Do you remember the picture of the lady? Alright, so I said she only has like the short stick ones. It's worse quality than mine, only black color, and you have to walk another block to get there. This guy is selling his umbrellas at 2,000 pesos. So what I do is that for every single difference between that NBA and mine, I need to quantify how much to charge for those differences. Okay, and this is all like this. So I said, the guy only has short sticks. So you know what? I'm better than this guy out of this price. How much? How much would it be the fact that I have more options? 10% of that price? Okay, so I'll put 10%. So 200 pesos, just the fact that I have, or 200 pesos in my favor, because I have more options than I got. How about worse quality? Well, I'm better, 50%. Only black, I have different colors. You have to walk. In fact, Amtrak in the US, when they launched Acela services, which is a fast train, the question of pricing was how much money are people willing to pay to save or to shave off 45 minutes of the ride? And the answer was $63. Well, I do the same thing. So it says here that based on this very fast analysis, in comparison to this guy who's selling already his umbrellas at 2,000 pesos, mine should be about 2,800. And I do the same thing with the other companies. But I start figuring out, for instance, that these guys here, okay, they have a nice place. I'm on the street. Okay, they take credit cards. I don't. Okay, so, but they have a 9,990 pesos umbrella. So according to this analysis, my umbrella should be this. And for the other one, who is a Ralph Lauren, okay, and it's 60,000 pesos, it should be this. So I came up with three prices. Those are the prices that are based on my next best alternatives. You guys following me? Are you guys following me? So I design my prices not based on my cost or my features, but based on the prices and the real options that the customer have on the real world. And I store my pricing criteria with the price of my competitor. And what I do is that I start measuring the differences, just differences, not the same stuff, but the differences. If I'm better than them, I charge a premium. If I'm worse than them, I take a discount. All right? Now let me ask you, out of these three guys, which price should I place? This one, or this one? Which one am I closer to, as far as the offering goes? That guy? So probably I should store my pricing on nearby 2,800 bucks. Then I do a reality check. Reality check, I set my price, I see if it moves. If it doesn't move, there's no activation, there are no sales, I have to go back and I need to analyze this. Okay? That's how you get a base price. Your base price is not based on a belly button analysis. It's based on your competitors. In February, I was in Nicaragua, and I said this story, I think. There was a lady, and she was asking me a lot of questions on pricing. She didn't want to tell me who she was or what she was into. She just told me she was in the automotive industry. She just happens to be the owner and the owner franchise of Hyundai, Nicaragua. And the big fear that she had is that Kia had just entered the market. And she didn't know how to set up prices. And that's Hyundai. And there's another guy who was Samsung, also on the same problem. So you figure out prices based on your competitors. Now, I'm going to ask you this. So let's say that I set up my price at 2,800 pesos and it starts moving. But this guy, all of a sudden, he runs out of umbrellas and he leaves. What happens to my pricing? Should I still sell my umbrellas at 2,800 pesos? Yes or no? If this MBA goes to sleep, then this is no longer an alternative for my customer. This is already the next best alternative, so my price should be now closer to this guy. You understand? So that's how you set up a base price. And you need to do a reality check. And once you get a base price, which is literally this, and every single company can establish a base price, then I take that base price and I open it up with more alternatives. I do differential pricing. I can always get 2 to 3 pricing strategies here. I do versioning. I do a good, better, and best of my pricing. Okay? I also do the segmentation. I give different prices. My versioning is based on specific needs. And then I also give about 1 or 3 tactics, usually one, on pickup line. On pickup line is financing options. I'm going to give you some options here. Any questions so far? Yes?
When it comes to testing your price, how does it look to the customer if you keep changing prices on your website?
How do you feel when you go and buy a plane ticket at LATAM and the price change? Or when you go to American Airlines and you try to book a plane and then you saw a price and then the following week you go and check the price. How do you feel about that? Do you feel anything? You just say, shit, price went up. You need to figure out the difference between what a complaint is and an objection. That's sales. There's a difference between a complaint and an objection. A complaint is, the economy sucks. How come you're selling Mercedes-Benz with this economy? That's a complaint. Can I do anything about the complaint? No, it's your complaint. But if it's an objection is actually a buying signal. An objection says, oh wow, the plane ticket is what? 400 bucks? Oh, I was thinking about 300 bucks. That's an objection. So people complain about your price changes. How come people don't complain about some and do complain about others? I think it's more the offer that the customer has. In fact, most of my B2B customers usually say that the only price changes they do yearly is inflation and dollar exchange. And you know what? Everybody understands dollar, but everybody complains no matter what. So you need to be okay with the fact that some people are going to complain about your pricing schemes. The question is not when you have a price, it's when you have multiple prices. Because you have a price right, or you have the right price for a specific segment. And that's more important than if you have one price and today's 100, tomorrow's 80, the day after tomorrow's 120. Does this make sense? So, how do you build this tree? You build this tree actually based on the customer need. Which customers? The customers that say, I like your product, but I will not buy it. I like your product, but I will refrain from buying it. Why? Because of 3 major differences. Number 1, the client says, I like the product, but the pricing scheme doesn't work for me. So I offer him pickup plan versions. Or, I like your product, but I have specific needs. You're too broad, you're too specific, so I actually make versions. Or, I like your product, but you know what? I don't value any of the other crap, I just want to have one thing. So, the idea is to move every single one of these customer segments and offer them something aside from my base price. And the idea is that from this base price, I actually start building this tree. Everybody can have base prices. Everybody can have versioning and differential pricing. A few companies can do pickup plan. Because a few companies have the purchasing power to actually finance customers. Others not. Alright? So, I'm just going to show you, at least I'm going to end, but I'm going to show you just, out of these 3 strategies that you have here, I'm going to show you tactics. Okay? These would be like umbrellas within the umbrella. Alright? The big strategy is pick a plan. In this case, pick a plan. Under the strategy, I have tactics. Pricing tactics, which I'm actually going to show you 4. For the guys that say, you know what, I like your product, but the price doesn't work for me. Now I have to say, under each of these pricing tactics, there are about 4 to 6 sub-tactics. Okay? So I'm just going to show you examples because I don't want to bother with these. Number one, alternatives to ownership. The customer says, I like your product, but I don't want to own it. All right, so you offer renting, leasing. All right? You know, you want to go to Miami, but you want to drive, you don't want to buy a car or take a cab, you rent it. How about a timeshare? Everybody says that timeshares are scams. No, I don't think it's a scam. It responds to a specific customer segment, families. The guy that says, I have a family, and you know what? I don't want to buy a condo on the beach, and when I'm not using it paying for a mortgage, and at the same time, I don't want to go to the Hilton and have my 3-year-old drink $8 sodas the whole day. So, they do a timeshare. Uncertain value. Here the customer actually says, I want to get your software, but I am not sure if the value of what you're actually saying it costs actually is going to pay back. Alright, for instance, baseball teams or sports teams, that's how they hire their players. They put conditional clause. Alright? They say, I'm going to pay you so much fixed, and then so much if you actually follow these things. In fact, there was a famous picture of the Boston Red Sox, and the guy was like 45 years old, and in baseball, that's actually considered old. So the guy actually said, the contract was, or one of the clauses was, they were paying him $5 million standard fix, and another $6 million based on certain conditions. One of the conditions was that this guy had to keep his weight on check, and they were going to do random weightings. So actually, when ESPN interviewed him, he said, I have $1 million